It gives us so much more information right when we want it. You don't have to pull it up in a card box. You don't have to click on lights in the middle of the night. You can just get in there, go.
StreetWise is extremely easy to use.
I'd say we use it on every call that we go on.
We've got to have something that we can afford and we can use, and this is it.
I don't know if these guys could live without it.
As we're climbing in the rig, we hit engage and we start rolling out of the doors from there.
Information for the call, including the address, the type of call, is automatically on the screen.
It frequently arrives at our tablets before our station alerting system even goes off.
With the speed of the tablets, might be out in the truck stall doing some training, and a call will come up on the tablet before we've been dispatched. So we can actually walk over to the truck, look at the tablet, and we can tell if it's our truck going out or what the call is. So we may be getting on the truck before we even get the dispatch information, which is really nice.
The guys every time hit engage, automatically gives us turn-by-turn directions, which really helps us going when we deal with our mutual aid communities. It might be a street we're not aware of that's out of our district, so it helps the guys get there efficiently without having to get routing for a dispatch or look at a map. They can actually start thinking, engaging about the call before they get there and mentally prepare themselves of what they're going to do, and they can actually listen to the radio traffic versus having to look up routing.
The tactical map will show you exactly where you are going and give you an overview of the area.
I get a nice aerial view of that actual structure. When I have all my incoming resources, I can delegate them where they need to go. It's great. It also tells us our water supply sources. Shows us all the various municipal water supply hydrants that we have in the area. Shows us all of our dry hydrants, which is very important for a tactical need if you go to a structure fire which doesn't have a municipal water supply.
Just hit the button right there on the tablet, shows all the hydrants.
We're able to click on those hydrants and see how many gallons per minute that hydrant's going to flow for us, so we can make decisions about water supply before we even get out of the truck or out of the engine.
We're prone to hurricanes here in Pensacola, and in the event of an emergency or any kind of EOC activation, this software would be fantastic for showing road closures, potential hazards, things that we need to avoid or things we need to pay particular attention to.
We have a program in town that we give our elderly residents lock boxes for their house, so if there is an emergency, we can get into their house. I've started using those waypoints to mark those houses that I've installed the lock boxes on. So once we get on scene, you tap on that waypoint and it'll show you where I've put the lock box.
And it's information that doesn't have to be written on a board, carried with you. You can just put it in the tablet and it's there for everybody to see. It's readily available.
All those things that guys might forget over time, it's right there. I can put it right in the StreetWise programming, say, hey, we have construction in the street, take an alternate route.
You need to know where your valleys are for forestry firefighting, and it could be an asset, big time.
The ability to switch to satellite view and see sandbars or topographical features that we can't necessarily see from the boat itself has given us, been very helpful.
I can see lengths of driveways on there.
First high-rise fire in probably 15 years. Location was the key, is where is the smoke coming from in the location, and with a satellite view, it was obvious on what portion of the building it was going to be from.
They can also pull up a screen where they can see other incoming units that participate in StreetWise.
We can see their response on the tablet.
You don't have to tie up radio traffic. Finding out where people are at, what's their location, you can see their locations.
The ability to see who's on scene, who's coming, where they're at.
You know everybody who's coming, and because we're not always on station, you know where they're coming from.
They can see each other coming to the call.
Having a tablet on the fireboat has actually helped us quite a bit. It's allowed the battalion chief to see where the boat's at, see what's going on, see how fast they're moving, where we might be.
So if I know I have 2 engines and a squad coming from Richfield or other staff vehicles, on my actual tactical map, I can see where they're actually coming and how far away they're going to be from the actual scene.
We pre-plan all the buildings in our territories,
especially some of the large structures we have in our community.
Input the information simply. It's accessible to all the tablets, all of the units at any time.
Because once I switch off that aero view and go to the pre-plan, I can also tell, well, if I have a fire department connection and a sprinkler system going off, I know I have to supplement that.
Rather than pulling out a binder and going through all these papers to try to find a business, it's right there on the tablet. It syncs with the address, and all we have to do is pull it up.
The same pre-plan will also tell me if I have standpipes in a building. If I have a fire on the 4th floor, I can tell my crews, hey, go in this stairwell A, this is where my standpipe is at.
We pull it up, we can see the hazards, we can see the fire department connection locations.
That pre-plan is going to be key.
Any special issues with the building, sizes, what the roof looks like from the tablet.
They're standardized, they're simplified, the information is understood by all.
StreetWise is extremely easy to learn, has a very simple, intuitive user interface that even our older guys are able to pick up in the first day.
Even the hardest, I mean the saltiest, oldest firefighter we have, The guys that would be absolutely, you can't make me do this, are begging for it now.
The other software packages didn't work. They weren't always there. They weren't working.
We use different terms than police, and most CADs are designed for police. And StreetWise was absolutely designed for firefighters.
They love it, and they love it so much that we ordered 3 more tablets, and we're getting more StreetWise for the rest of the command staff vehicles and other apparatus.
Once it was in the truck, the buy-in was immediate. That the maps worked. It was almost seamless. It was flawless for them.
One of the biggest benefits for us with this software package is that it's inexpensive and it's something that we can actually afford with our department.
It was so easy. It was amazing. It's intuitive. It's push button. It's touch.
It provides better protection for the firefighters because they have more information at their fingertips. That's going to prevent them from maybe going to a possible building collapse, getting to an area in a building that they shouldn't be, and make sure they get the proper routing. It takes a lot of the extra stressors off that first line company officer who's on an engine making a lot of decisions.
Extremely reliable.
They are lost without it.
They realize that their chief and their administrative staff care about them, their safety and their security, and that's exactly what StreetWise does.